the world. Today, it's all about right biosurfactants. Clariant has launched a whole new line of surfactants, and of course, we have questions about it. To answer them, I'm joined today by Kevin Mutch, Global Marketing Segment Leader for Industrial and Home Care at Clariant. So welcome to the interview, Kevin.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Let's get started. Clariant's new range of surfactants are derived from bio-based ethylene oxide. Do you still see ethoxylated materials playing a role in cleaning in the future?
That's a very good question. And to answer it, I would say the short answer is yes. But maybe I can give a bit more reason why. Ethylene oxide and the derivatives of ethylene oxide, so for example, surfactants and PEGs, are extremely widely used in home care products. So we see them in laundry detergents, for example, in hard surface cleaners, in toilet cleaners, so really across the board. And the reason for this is because EO itself is an extremely versatile building block for surfactants and polymers. So this means that the sustainability aspects now play a crucial role more than ever, now that we're all focusing on climate change, on what we can do to reduce the impacts of climate change. If you can take such a versatile building block and make a more sustainable version, it really allows a lot of different products to be made, and which can have a huge impact on not only our customers, the detergent producers, but also on their customers, consumers. So I would say that yes, it will continue to be important in future. And I do very much believe that it will work together in a complementary fashion with many of the other ingredients that we're seeing being brought to market, the biosurfactants and the sugar-based surfactants and so on, that there is an area where all of these can work together to deliver the performance that our consumers are looking for from sustainable products.
So sounds like a clear yes. As far as I can see, the main value proposition of the new Vitra range is increased renewable carbon content. Is this really important to detergent producers across the board, or is it confined to the green niche?
I would say that the answer I can give you today is different than the answer I would have given you 5 years ago, probably. What we are seeing is that many of our customers, even those who have not traditionally been sustainability focused, are now very interested in more sustainable solutions for their cleaning products. In the past, consumers to some extent had to choose between performance and sustainability. Now we see many of the big producers who don't want to compromise on sustainability. They want to maintain their brand profile, they want to maintain the strength of their brand, and therefore having products which they can use which are more sustainable, which allows them to deliver the performance their consumers need, is extremely important. And so that it has really moved from being something for the green niche, as you mentioned, to something which is very widespread. And this is not simply because of the renewable carbon content, which we mentioned, but also the carbon footprint aspect, because many of our customers now see that as a very important topic.
That sounds like a great benefit. In the wake of environmental issues, one topic that is readily picked out is, of course, carbon emissions. You also talk about savings in the carbon footprint. Can you say more about this aspect and how relevant it is for you and your customers?
Absolutely. And to answer the last part first, it's extremely important for not only Clariant, but an increasing number of our customers. Last year, Clariant became one of the first chemical companies to produce science-based targets. These were approved by the Science Based Targets Initiative in 2021. And this commits us to certain reductions in our greenhouse gas emissions. So for example, in our scope 1 and 2 emissions, which are related to energy production and processes in our own production facilities. And here we've committed to a 40% reduction. But also to our scope 3 emissions, which are the upstream and downstream emissions and relate to the carbon which we're using in our products. And this is the bigger challenge. And this is where the feedstocks which we use become extremely crucial. And we know that many of our customers were indeed ahead of the game and much more advanced than the chemical industry in terms of setting their targets. Many of our customers do have their own science-based targets. And so anything that we can do to allow them to meet their targets is, of course, of value. And we can do this with the new range of surfactants because we're using bio-based materials, replacing the same materials on a fossil basis. That reduces the carbon footprint of these products, and that reduces the Scope 3 emissions. And that's a direct contributor to the targets of our customers.
Yeah, cool. Set plans, define targets. That sounds like more than the first step. What will Clariant go with next?
So we very much see the new portfolio of products as a first step in this direction. The main thing to remember is that actually this is really for us about a new technology. It allows us to make bio-based ethoxylates on a segregated level using bio-based materials. And so the first range of products which we're talking about, the Vita range, are the 100% bio-based materials which we believe are particularly relevant for our home care customers. But it doesn't stop there. We know that there are needs beyond those products. For example, we have our TechScare range of soil release polymers. These are used in laundry detergents, and these also contain ethylene oxide. And so we recently launched our range of bio-based TechScares. So the TechScare SRN 260 SG Terra, for example, which gives us the benefit of the bio-based ethylene oxide, as we've talked about, in more high-end products which are maybe not used in huge amounts in a formulation, but can contribute a huge amount to the overall performance of the formulation. And so we really will be leveraging these EO capabilities that we now have to expand our portfolio into more specialty ingredients for the home care market.
So we can definitely hope for even more environmentally friendly and high performance product from Clariant. That's definitely great to hear. Yeah, then I would like to end the interview with this wonderful good news. And thanks to you, Kevin, for
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and hope to see you soon.
Thank you.